Worksheet day 39 in business math. Again, we're in the business finance section. Now we're doing inventory and overhead. And I'm going to slide this up a little bit so you can see the whole question. There we go. It says on December 31st, the end of bond electronics accounting period, there were 48 DVD players in the ending inventory. The firm purchased the 48 DVD players on the following dates. They have 20 units left from July 1st, 20 units from the September 11th, and 8 units from the December 8th. We want to find the cost of our ending inventory. So, from the July 1st purchase, we have 20 of those units left. They each cost us $75. From the September 11th purchase, we have 20 of those left. They each cost $73. And from the December 11th purchase, we have 8 units left. They each cost $71. So basically, we're just finding the value of everything in our inventory. I'm going to go ahead and grab my calculator here. 20 times $75 a piece means the value of those items, $1,500. 20 times $73 a piece gives me $1,460, and then 8 times $71 a piece, $568. So we're going to add those all up. And so we have $3,528 for the value of our inventory. $3,528 left in inventory. Now this was the total amount of our purchases. So if we take that $7,835 and subtract the $3,528, that's going to tell us how much stuff we sold. Instead of having to go back and multiply this out and figure out how many are left of each of those, we can just subtract. Makes it a lot easier. So if I subtract 78.35 minus my 35.28, the amount of stuff that I sold, $4,307. So that if you added those two together, you should get the total cost that you had for that time period. Year, I guess they did that for. So we're using specific identification method, which just means each of these items I'm looking to see what I paid for each of them so I can determine then what the value of my inventory is. So if I look at number 2, on December 31st, the end of Electronics Discounter Incorporated's accounting period, there were 33 VCRs left in the ending inventory, 9 units from the April 28th purchase. So I have 9 units left that each cost me $75 a piece. I have 13 units from the October 27th purchase, so those 13 units cost me $46 a piece. I have 11 units from the December 6th purchase, so those 11 units cost me $74 a piece. And I'm going to find the value of my inventory. So 9 times 75 is $675. 13 times 46 is $598. And 11 times 74 is 800. Get rating too fast. $814. I'm going to find then the ending cost of my inventory, or what's the value of what I have left in inventory. So I'm going to add those up. And so $2,087 is what I have for my value of what I have in inventory. Then it wants to know what is the cost of the goods sold. So I had a total cost of $6,956. I have $2,087 left in my inventory. So if I subtract those numbers, that means the total cost of what I sold was $4,869. So number 3, on December 31st, the end of goodie discount electronic accounting period, there were 43 DVD players in the ending inventory. The firm purchased the 43 DVD players on the following dates. And again, we're using the specific identification method, so we're finding the cost exactly of what we purchased. So 17 units from the August 20th purchase. We have all 17 units of those that cost $48. They already have that figured out. You can multiply it out, 17 times 48, but since they already did that one, we might as well just use that number, $816, save us some work. We have 19 units from the October 9th purchase, so we have 19 of those that were $64 each. 19 times 64, $1,216. And then we have 7 units left from the November 20th purchase, so 7 that cost me $73 each. So 7 times 73 means those are worth $511. And then again, we want to find the total value of our inventory. So if we add those up, $25.43. So $2,543 would be the value of our inventory if we do the specific identification method. I then want to know what was the cost of the goods that I sold. I know my total cost was $72.15. I know what I have left is $25.43. So my difference will tell me how much that I sold. So if I subtract, I have $46.72 for the cost of my goods sold. So, specific identification method. I'm picking out exactly which items I have left so I know their exact cost and I can find out what the value of my inventory is. Number 4. It says on December 31st, Masters Appliance Company had 91 35-inch televisions in ending inventory. Based on the information below, using the weighted average cost method, calculate the following. So if I'm doing the average cost, instead of looking and saying, I have 10 of these and 5 of these and 7 of these, we're just going to find the average. So to find the average, we're going to take the cost, the $41,216, and divide it by the total number of units, 175, to figure out what the average of all of this is. So if I take 41,216 divided by 175, my average cost per unit is $235.52. Sometimes I spent a little more, sometimes I spent a little less, right? But my average, $235.52. So if I'm going to find the cost of my ending inventory, I have to look to see how many I have left. I have 91 left. It also said that up here. So I'm going to take the 91 times that average cost, if I could write the right number down, $235.52, and that's going to tell me what the value of my inventory is. So if I multiply that out, $21,432.32 is what the value of my inventory is. And then again, if I want to find the cost of the goods sold, I'm again going to take my total cost, the total expenses for the year, $41,216, subtract off what I have left over in inventory, $21,432.32, and that's going to tell me how much stuff I sold. So if I subtract, I get $19,783.68 for the cost of my goods sold. So I'm just finding the average of each unit by taking the total cost times the total, or divided by the total number of units, and then that's my average cost that I can multiply by what I have left in inventory. Number 5, going to be kind of the same type of thing. On December 31st, Masters Appliance Company had 65 dishwashers in their ending inventory. Based on the information below, use the weighted average cost. What is my average cost? Well, I spent $34,706 and I bought 140 items. 140 dishwashers. So 34,706 divided by 140 means my average cost per dishwasher was $247.90. Right? Some of them cost a little more, some of them cost a little less, but my average $247.90. I want to find the cost of my ending inventory. I've got 65 dishwashers left in my inventory, so 65 times that $247.90 would give me the value of that inventory. So if I multiply that out, $16,113.50 would be the value of my inventory. And if I want to find the cost of my goods sold, then I'm going to take my total cost, $34,706, and subtract off my inventory. And so if I subtract there, I end up with $18,592.50. So my value of my inventory was $16,113.50. The cost of the other items that I bought and already sold, $18,592.50. Number 6 says, on December 31st, Thomas & Thomas Home Electronic had 61 35-inch televisions in ending inventory. Based on the information below, use the weighted average cost method. Average cost. My total cost was $33,606. I bought 150 of my televisions. What is the average cost? $13,606 divided by 150 means the average cost, that doesn't look right, let me try that again, $33,606 divided by 150, $224.04. So again, that should be somewhere in the middle of these numbers. Some are higher, some are lower. If you get a really weird number like I did the first time, I knew $90 couldn't be right. I punched something in wrong. $224.04 is the average cost per TV that I bought. What is the cost of my ending inventory? In ending inventory, I had 61 units left, so 61 times my $224.04 means that the value of my inventory, $13,666.44. That's how much I have left in inventory. What is the cost of the goods that I actually sold? Well, I spent $33,606, but I have $13,666.44 left in inventory. So what was the cost of what I actually sold? $19,939.56. So that's the average cost method. I find the average of each item and then I just multiply by what I have left in inventory. Number 7, first in, first out method. On December 31st, the end of Houston upscale clothing accounting period, there were 66 cashmere sweaters in ending inventory. Based on the information below and using the first in, first out method of inventory, calculate the following. First in, first out. It's like what you want to use for fruit. The first stuff I have on the shelf, I want to sell first so I don't have old crappy stuff left over. And so first in, first out means this stuff was sold first. So this is the stuff I have left in inventory. So I know I have 66 left in inventory. So I know I have all 18 of these items because I have 66 left. So I'm going to subtract 18 from 66, which leaves me 48 items. Well, I bought 32 items here. That tells me I have all 32 of those items left. If I subtract 48 minus 32, that means I have 16 left. Oh, well these, I have all 16 of those ones left. Now most of the time this number on the top doesn't exactly match, but in this case it did. And again, there's no use multiplying it out unless you really feel like it. But since these numbers match up with these numbers, my total should be the same. So 16 at 171 should be 2736. 32 times 197 should be 6304. And 18 times 153 should be 2754. If you don't believe me, multiply them out. So the value of my inventory, if I add those up, 2736 plus 6304 plus 2754 would be 11,794. Again, the cost of my goods sold, I'm just going to take my total cost, $25,234, and subtract the value of my inventory, $11,794. So if I go ahead and subtract, I get $13,440. So the cost of my ending inventory, the $11,794. The cost of my goods sold, $13,440. So when it's first in, first out, I sold these items first, which means I have these ones left over in my inventory. So number 8, same kind of thing. On December 31st, the end of Sampson Brothers clothing accounting period, there were 71 women's suits in ending inventory. Based on the information below, use the first in, first out method of inventory. Now on women's suits, it'd be a whole lot harder to keep track of which ones you had first because food is dated, but they're saying they're using the first in, first out. So they sold these ones first and have these ones at the bottom left over. We have 71 units. So we know we have all 28 from my December purchase. 28 times 219. I subtract my 28 off of there. 71 minus 28, 43. So I have all 29 of those left over. So if I subtract off my 29, I have 14. So here, even though I had 34, I only have 14 of those left. That one I actually have to multiply because that number's not going to match. So 14 times the 217 means the value of those 14 items, 3,038. Now these ones should match. 29 times 191 is 5,539. If you're not sure, multiply it yourself. 28 times 219 should be 6,132. Just trying to save you a little work since they already multiplied it out there. So I'm going to add those up. 3,038 plus 5,539 plus 6,132 gives me 14,709. So $14,709 is the value of my inventory, or the cost of my ending inventory. The cost of goods sold then, I'm going to take my total cost, $34,187, and subtract off the cost of my inventory, $14,709. And so if I subtract those two numbers, I get $19,478. One more of those ones. It says on December 31st, the end of Wolf Brothers close years accounting period, there were 79 wool suits in ending inventory. Based on the information below, use the first in, first out inventory method. So these were the first ones in, these ones were the first ones sold. I have 79 units left in my inventory. So that means I had all 18 of these ones. 79 minus 18. 79 minus 18. Right, I had 79 there. 79 minus 18 gives me 61. So I have all 24 of those left. 61 minus 24 means I have 37. Here I had 42, but I only have 37 of those left. So 37 times 222. So 37 times 222 means the value of those 37 items, 8,214. Then we had 24 times 207, which is 4968. And we had 18 times 179, which was 3222. And so if we add all those up, we get 16,404. So the cost of our ending inventory is $16,404. We want to find the cost of the goods sold, so we're going to take our total cost, 33,020, subtract our 16,404, and so if we subtract, we get 16,616 for the cost of our goods that we sold. And so that's the first in, first out. Those things I bought first are the things that I sold first. And I rotated my stock so that I didn't have old things. We're also going to do the last in, first out method here, if I can get it to go. Last in, first out. The last things I bought are the first ones I sold. It'd be for like items like nails and screws that are hard to rotate, that they probably just dumped the newest stuff on top. And so the newest stuff is the stuff that got sold, and the stuff that I had since January is still on the bottom of the barrel because nobody's going to dig down to the bottom to get the oldest screws out of my barrel of screws. It says on December 31st, the end of Eastern Tool Traders accounting period, there were 68 electric drills in ending inventory. Based on the information below, using the last in, first out. The last in were the first ones sold. Calculate the following. So I have 68 items left in inventory, which means the oldest stuff is what I have left. I have all 49 of them from my first purchase. So 68 minus 49 is 19. I have 12 that cost me $26. 19 minus 12 means I have 7 left. So I only have 7 of these. 7 that cost me 22. So again here, these ones we don't need to multiply unless you really want to, but the table will have those numbers. 1,176, 312, and here I have to multiply that out because it's not going to match up. 7 times 22, 154. So the cost of my inventory, I'm going to add those up. I get $1,642. Again, if I want to find the cost of goods sold, I can just take my total cost and subtract off the value of my inventory. 3210 minus 1642 would give me 1568. So the cost of my goods sold, $1,568. So last in, first out. These are the first things I sold. I still have the old stuff left in inventory. Number 11, on December 31st, the end of Home and Hardware's accounting period, there were 51 metal tool chests in ending inventory. Based on the information below, use the last in, first out. The last ones in or the first ones sold. I have 51 items left in inventory. I want to find the cost of my ending inventory. So I have all 35 of these ones left. All 35 that cost me $22 a piece, so $770 would be their value. 51 minus those 35 from that first purchase means I still have 16 to account for, so that means I have all 14 of those left. 14 times $26 a piece would be $364. But then I only have 2 more from this purchase. 2 times 28. 2 times 28 is 56. So the cost of my inventory, we have the 56, we have 364, and we have 770, and so $1,190. And then, of course, we want to find the cost of the goods sold. Our cost of goods sold, we spent a total of $28.79, but we still have $11.90 left in our inventory. So if we subtract, we get $16.89 for the cost of the goods that we actually sold. And one more on this one. I don't know why they let me put extra stuff on this worksheet, because there are lots of tables, but it did, so I went with it. Number 12 says, on December 31st, the end of Wyoming Building Supply accounting period, there were 44 metal tool chests in inventory. Based on the information and using last in, first out. The last ones in are the first ones sold. Calculate the following. So our ending inventory, we had 44 items altogether. 38 would have been from my first purchase. 38 times 29 is 1102. So 44 minus 38 from that first purchase is 6 left. I only have 6 of those ones left, so 6 at $22 a piece. 6 times 22 would be $132. I've already accounted for all 44 that I have left in inventory. So 132 plus 1102 gives me 1234 for the cost of my inventory. That's how much I spent on what I have left in inventory. We also want to know what the cost of the goods that we actually sold. So $28.18 was our total cost. We have $12.34 left in inventory. So $28.18 minus $12.34 gives me $15.84 for the cost of the goods that I sold. So last in, first out. I sold these first. I have the old stuff left in inventory. It's kind of strange, I know. So keep those two things in mind. That is the end of homework day. Which one were we on? Can't move my board. There we go, homework day 39. Homework day 39, under business finance, inventory and overhead, the next 4 type of problems on your pie chart.